So, give me that pitch, please. Can you bird for me, please? Bubble it for me. Hooray. Keep that bubble coming. Okay, you're going to bubble the first couple lines. 1, 2, ready, and. Keep going, bubbling. So great again last week, making a really changeable, noticeable difference on that chord change. And that's not happening quite so much tonight. So can we do that again? Now, the leads did some bubbling tonight, and it made such a difference in their sound. And as I explained to them, we don't know what the stage is going to sound like. But I can pretty much 99.9% guarantee to you it's not going to sound like this room. So it's not going to be anything that you're used to hearing or what you're used to performing when the coaches are here and giving you instructions on what to do. So what you have to do yourself is to know what it feels like and sounds like inside, so that you can duplicate it no matter what it sounds like on the outside to you. You have to be able to feel it and hear it on the inside so that you know, this is what I've always done. This is how it always feels. This is what it always sounds like to me. When I'm doing it, the way the coaches say, that's it, that's what we want. You have to be able to notice that. If you're waiting till you get down to Lexington to decide what you're going to do, we're done. Because we can't depend on that. Just like if we went outside, which we probably will do in the next couple of weeks, and sing outside so that you can see how different that is. The rehearsal room's going to be different, the warm-up room's going to be different, it's all going to be different. So start now. We've never had that opportunity in years past to be working this far in advance to even consider that. So this is an advantage to us to even be able to talk about it. But the bubbling is very beneficial to us, to everybody, to get the air moving and to get the sound where it needs to be. As soon as you started singing that way, that was different than you sang all night. And I don't know if you could notice it. If you can't, if you honestly cannot tell a difference, I need to have a conversation with you. And that is not to be detrimental to anybody or to put you down in any way, because you have to be able to tell a difference in some way. You and I have to connect in some way to be able to say, now I get it, before we hit the contest stage. And I'll do whatever I can, except take off work. It's the only thing I can't do at this point in my life, because I can't afford to go without the money, unless you want to pay me. You're going to pay me the time on this work. But other than that, I'll do whatever I can to be sure that you get it before we hit the stage. If I have to meet with each one of you individually to make that happen. But don't be afraid to say, Lynn, I really don't know what you're talking about. I have no clue. When I bubble, it's exactly the same to me as when I don't bubble, and I don't know. Don't be afraid to tell me that, because I want to help you so that you can honestly say, going into contest, I know what you talked about, I did it, and I left the stage knowing I did it. And I want every one of you to be able to say that. So let's try it again. This time I want you to bubble the pitch, but then come in singing on the words. Okay? Pitch. Notes, okay? Now the words on everyone. Ready again.
Everyone has an opinion. Now that fact has always been known.
That was very good. Most of you have the now exactly the way it's supposed to be. What I emphasize to the leads is the N of opinion is the same N that goes on now. It's one N. So you have to time it so that you're putting it on the end of opinion to finish that word. Everyone has an opinion, now that fact. Everyone has an opinion, now that fact. And that makes the now sound like it's coming in a little bit early. Okay, so try that again with the choreography. Bottom of it. 1, 2, ready, and.
Everyone has an opinion. Now that fact has always been known.
Okay, there was somebody over here that was a little early because they closed the opinion. So they closed it a little too fast. Okay, yes.
Can you do it one more time the way you want it?
Everyone has an opinion, know that fact.
Thank you.
Okay. Here we go again. It's a little bit higher. Now, we're getting the pitch really good, but we're getting heavy on the first word. So you're bubbling really good up here and then going, everyone has an So you're laying on that. And that's happening on both songs, which I pointed this out to the leads too. Unfortunately, I was sitting back there, so I could hear their rehearsal. And I didn't have a chance to go around to everybody else. But we're taking the pitch up here great on this song, but then we're coming in heavy on the first word. And that's happening on the ballad, and we're not even taking a pitch. So I don't know what's coming out of you when I turn around and go, what do I need? You know, I don't know if it's going to be like that or what do I need? And it needs to be that one every single time. Or I got to put the pitch back in. Because that's the only way I can be sure that it's going to happen. Is if we're taking that pitch up there so I know it. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And I don't want Molly to say you really need to take the pitch. Because she's the one that told me we needed to take the pitch. So it would be nice if next week she could say, well, you don't need to take the pitch. Wouldn't it? Okay, yeah. Here we go, once more. Okay. Now, no bubbling this time, just sing it on the ah, but put it in that same bubbling space there. Ready, Ann? Ah. Good. Spacing is good, placement is good, but I need a more resonant ah instead of ah, because that's little girl voice. I need more of a woman voice. Okay? Pitch was excellent. Again.
Everyone has an opinion. Now that fact has always been known.
Great. Can you do that again? That is a really solid, in-tune beginning. Could you feel it?
Yes.
I mean, it was right there. Everything so in sync, so everything. Right there in the beginning. Okay, do it again.
Everyone has an opinion. Now that fact has always been known. For instance, you have your ideas, and I'm my own. But when it comes to love, no doubt,
We can
help each other,
That's it. That's how the intro has to go. Can you feel that difference? It's so much more exciting and you're ready to go right in. Now, leads, I have to tell you, part of that was being able to come in with that pickup when you did. But when it comes to love, no doubt, we can help each other. That gets the whole chorus ready to go. But when you take that, we can help each other, that just is enough of a letdown to not get the excitement where it needs to go. I wish I had more time because I want to work on that. Donna reminded me that we have 1, 2, 3 more rehearsals before our send-off party. We have the 23rd, the 30th, and the 6th, with each one being 3 hours, and then we have our send-off rehearsal, which won't be a full 3 hours rehearsal. That means I basically have 10 hours left with you before we go to contest.
Awesome. We can do that.
10 hours.
Woohoo! That's exciting. We can do it for me.
I think I have 12 hours planned out.
Oops.
But, yes, we can do it. It's little things here and there. So, I'm going to turn this over to Angie in just a second, but I have to tell you some good news. So sit down so you can be all ears.
I got it.
Now,